Right, it's time for business, and Emmanuel Abadjuriafi has joined me. Good evening to you, Emmanuel. Right, so the one story that's standing out today is the issue about there's some controversy about the Eurobond.
Yes, it's been postponed. Its government's quest to raise $1 billion on the capital market, international capital market, has been postponed for now.
It appears there are conflicting reports. Is there indeed a postponement, or what happened?
For now, what we know is the postponement of it, but it just trickled down, and I believe we'll get the details from George. Who tells us more.
Okay, all right then. I'll leave you.
Thank you very much for joining me on business. And the government's quest to raise some $1 billion through the Eurobond issue today has been postponed. George Rafe has been following up on the reasons behind this development and its implications on the economy. More in this report.
Reports monitored from the international wires like Bloomberg and Reuters, for instance, say the deal was postponed because some investors were asking for high interest, and uncertainty surrounding this year's elections meant it was not good to go ahead to raise the money. But sources close to government are disputing this. They tell Joy Business the fundraising has just been delayed. In a statement, the Finance Ministry said the team that went on the Eurobond issue had constructive engagements with investors and received positive feedback from them on the ongoing fiscal consolidation process and Ghana's turnaround story. It added that, quote, government will continue to build on this dialogue with international investors while monitoring the markets and the IMF board process with respect to the third review of the program, and will issue new notes at the optimal time in the right conditions. It, however, said government has decided to proceed with a capped cash tender offer up to $100 million of the Ghana 2017 bonds issued in 2007, in line with the country's buyback program. The sinking fund will be used to purchase these securities, as indicated in the 2016 review of budget presented to Parliament in July 2016. Sources close to government also say they will go back to the market if conditions improve. However, some are worried about the impact of this delay on the economy, public debt, and Ghana City.
Now, the Ghana Interbank Payment and Settlement Systems GIPS has charged banks in the country to expand the instant pay service to afford bank customers more flexibility and convenience. The instant pay service allows bank account holders to transfer money from their accounts into another account instantly, even if the recipient is with another bank. The real-time payment service was recently launched as part of an initiative towards attaining a cash-light economy. Chief Executive of GIPS, Archie Hesse, spoke to Joy Business today during a meeting with banks, telcos, and other stakeholders towards full implementation of the service, and tasked them to develop solutions to benefit customers.
After the introduction of GIP, that's a GIPS Instant Pay in the country, this workshop has been organized to enable banks, corporates, businesses, and government entities to share ideas as to how they can use instant pay. Like we all said before, the world is moving very fast. It will be a big shame if you are able to order things very quickly, but when it comes to payments lets you down. So can you imagine, like, it takes you about a second to order things, and it might take you a whole day in order to make payments. It doesn't really is not very good for business. So as we are responsible for the payment systems in the country, we've introduced the check clearing, which is a day, and also the express checks. We've also moved on to the ACA direct credit, which is same day and near real time. This is an opportunity where we are offering the instant pay, which is needed or now being introduced in most countries. The UK started it about 10 years ago, and we've seen a direct shift such that 92% of all payments in the UK are made via the instant pay solution. Singapore followed suitly. We know in West Africa as well, Nigeria has started. We saw from the statistics that the use of check is slowing down. EFT or direct credit is also slowing down, and everything is migrating towards the instant pay. So we are also promoting the interbank instant pay. What is important is that once the instant pay solution is in place, it's now important for businesses to develop solutions around it.
The Chartered Institute of Marketing Ghana, CIMG, is worried that the current political atmosphere is adversely affecting Ghana's marketability on the international stage. The country is gearing up for a national election in December, and there have been concerns about some businesses and investors reportedly holding on to their investments due to uncertainty. This, coupled with the current harsh economic conditions, according to the CIMG, is unduly taking a negative toll on the economy. Kojo Mata is the president.
The current situation is not making it easier to market Ghana because there is so much negative being spewed out. We can help ourselves by looking at the positive side of things. The economic environment, the things that are happening, industry is always struggling, and especially the whatever we call it, the doomsaw or light off or whatever, it's making things difficult, things unpredictable. You don't know whether what will happen to the currency. Of course, in the last few months, it's been stable, but there is so much uncertainty around. If we can work and be able to predict what will happen in the next couple of weeks. In advanced areas, you can predict far into the future. At least you know that some parameters will be stable. But in Ghana, it is difficult. But let's try to reduce the uncertainties that we have in the system.
All right, so it's now time to take a look at the stock market, and John is here with me. John, good evening.
Good evening, Emmanuel.
What's going on?
Well, a lot's going on basically because Ghana Commercial Bank, or GCB, is actually stealing the show. You know, since last week they've been gaining after churning out that impressive report there. And now let me give you the summary of the market as we speak. Today, the market did not churn out some higher volumes, but we did see some impressive performances, actually. One coming from the Ghana Commercial Bank the other time, also coming from EGL, that's Enterprise Ghana Limited, also returning some impressive performance. But before we do that, let me give you a summary of what actually happened or what transpired today on the Ghana stock exchange. A total of about 90,262 exchange hands today, as against 147 yesterday. But then this actually came to a value of 172,078. That brought market capitalization to about 54,588.41 million Ghana cedis. Gradually, you can see the market is sort of like recuperating from the earlier shocks that it actually got from the supplies from the market. Basically, let me put it that basically, because they were complaining of the sources of power, they were complaining of taxes and other stuff, so that really got hard at them. But gradually you can tell from the market that they are doing very well as they are churning out the third or the second quarter results. GCB is one of them. That also, so you can see the market the composite index marginally improved, and the financial index also marginally improved, so that sort of like reduced the CI and the FI volumes. And these were the movers of the market. Ghana Commercial Bank got almost about 2 pesos, or added 2 pesos to their investors' capital, and they closed the market at 3 Ghana cedis, 36 pesos per share, and they'll be opening same tomorrow. And then PBC, that's the produce buying company, also returned 1 peso and closed at 4 pesos per share. They'll be opening the market tomorrow. And then EGL, the only loser of the market, lost 1 peso, and then they'll be opening the market tomorrow at 2 Ghana cedis, 20 pesos per share. Now, on the international front, gold, cocoa, and the crude oil also did record some impressive performances there. As for the second time running, crude oil actually gained 1 peso. It's gaining 1 peso, 3 cents, to be trading around $44.14 per barrel. That's almost about 2.39% of that opening market there. And then gold also is gaining currently $5.05, and it's currently crossed the 1,340 mark, and it's currently trading around 1,361.19. And cocoa, the highest gain of Ghanaian interest, they're gaining almost about $81.15 per ton. So these are the 3 major commodities on the international market of Ghanaian interest there. So that's quite significant, the news there being a Thursday. And then the Ghana cedi also sort of like heavy in there, but against the US dollar, I did lose. Against the British pound, it gained marginally as against yesterday, but the euro also did see some kind of impressive performance by the cedi, and then against the Chinese one, they lost to it, and it's been losing it for the past, I think, 6 days against the CFA franc, basically. So the CFA franc not doing well against the Ghana cedi. That's exactly how the currency market did, and today being the Thursday. So on the currency front, it's not been that good for the cedi against the top 5 major trading currencies. On the commodity market today, we can tell for a fact that it's doing very, very well. But on the Ghana Stock Exchange, we had a very good summary as composite index, and that of the major index is also doing very well for the Ghana.
So before you go, Ghana has postponed, or the finance minister has postponed the quest to raise $1 billion on the international capital market.
Yeah.
Would it have any implications, for instance, on our local market here?
One major implication that's going to have on the market is about confidence, basically, because what the foreigners or those outside Ghana think of Ghana depends on what we do inside here. And these are guys who also participate, or they participate in our local market, domestic market here. They buy shares, they sell shares, they buy bonds. There's almost most of our treasuries, they partake in them. So what they are signaling is that the economy isn't up to the level where we can raise that amount of money on the international market. And I'm thinking that it is a prudent decision that the Ministry of Finance and the Bank of Ghana have taken to suspend the solicitation of that $1 billion euro bond there. So I'm very sure as and when we move on and the economic indicators get stable and the numbers are very good, I'm sure they can go out there.
One of the
and
major
raise.
reasons is because of uncertainty of elections. I mean, the outside world.
Of course, yes. Election brings up a lot of debt. They're going to spend a lot of money. The city is going to be impacted upon. Okay, so debt to the GDP ratio, we're going to see it ballooning over the period. So a lot of people don't have confidence that we're going to actually be able to do this thing. Discipline is the issue here. That's the one catch word, discipline. Okay. So far as we are not disciplined, the confidence from the outside will be very low. Okay, that's
so
exactly what is impacting on the market.
Thank you very much, John.
You're welcome.
It's our stock market analyst, and that wraps up business for now. My name is Emmanuel Abuaji. If you do join us again tomorrow for another interesting package. Good evening.